Stop wasting your time. What you are doing right now practicing is not the best you can do. And do you know why I know that? Because I've been there. What is happening is you're using outdated methods that you learned forever and ever ago, and there are better ways to do things now. What am I talking about? I am talking about the internet. I am talking about technology. So many awesome things are available now that make your life so much easier. I'm just going to start right away with my favorite one, which is making playlists. And, this may be going to your brain, or you might be going, duh. But if you did not know, one of the best, most effective ways to practice is actually to make a playlist in Spotify or Apple Music, which, by the way, is going to probably have your song ready to go. And if you don't want to spend money, you can do this on YouTube as well and make playlists. This is a little more annoying because you got the ads and all the other junk. But regardless, you make the playlist, and let's say you're trying to learn some church music, right? So you make this playlist, and every time you're just going out, you're going to the gym, boom, playlist, going. You want to practice something, you don't know what to practice, boom, playlist. You're playing along, you're having a good old time. It is such a great way of not only organizing what you're practicing, but also having it right there. Because here is the truth. If you want to be successful, and I probably should just make its own video of this, if you want to be successful as a musician in 2024, you have to find a way to overcome the fact that you'll probably just want to scroll on your phone instead of practice. How do you do that? You reduce friction. Any friction point, anything that's going to make you hesitate and pause and go, okay, I have to do this now. That's going to be a problem. So, playlists, huge. How about something else? How about backing tracks? If you got iReal Pro on your phone, there's other ones as well. These apps allow you to play backing tracks and remove instruments. There's another one, Moises, that lets you take any song you want and turn it into a backing track. This can make music practice so much fun that you kind of forget that you're actually working right then. You, of course, have YouTube as well, which has a ton of backing tracks, especially if you don't want to spend any money. That's a great way to go. All of these things are technological advancements in the last 15, 20 years that make music practice so much easier than when you just had Mr. Metronome and your own, brain in just sitting in the room by itself. A couple more tools that you can use to get the most out of practice. Let's say you go ahead and Google away, and you Google the name of the song plus the word chords. What you're going to get are these guitar websites. I just guarantee it. Well, you go, how in the world is that helpful? It's a starting place. They will have chords there. If you understand the Nashville number system, if you understand keys, even if the chord chart's written in the wrong key, it's a starting place. That is a huge one, chord charts. Granted, you always need to take it with a grain of salt. It is probably going to be wrong. It just is. What if you got something a little more complicated? Let's say you're learning a solo. Let's say you're learning some jazz. Go ahead, type in that plus the word transcription. That is going to let you go most likely directly to where there are written transcriptions of that piece of music. It's going to be huge. You're going to be able to use that to be able to learn it quite quickly if you know how to read your notes. Again, these are just tips and tricks for everyone in general. Some of these are going to really work for you. Others are not going to work as well. We kind of cover it from both sides of the perspective, because if you are really good with your ear, then the first tip about making playlists is going to really help. If you're really good with your eyes, this chord chart and transcription tip is going to really help. The backing tracks is somewhere in the middle. That leads me to, what if you're clueless? What if you really don't know anything about what you should be doing? I'm going to throw two more technological ideas, and then I want to predict into the future what I think is down the road in the next, let's face it, probably less than 5 years. we've got two big tools. One of them is pretty old, but still great, and that is YouTube tutorials, videos such as this. If you go on YouTube and you type in your problem or the piece you want to study, chances are there is a human being that is talented and awesome that will show you how to play it. It's a huge, huge resource. If you are wasting time trying to solve problems on your own, I get it. I do the same thing, but get off, and just grab your phone, type it in, boom, you got the solution right there. You're good to go. Second thing, Chat GPT or AI of any sort. There's a billion of them at this point. Why would you want to go the AI route, right? AI is ruining it for us artists, blah, 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 blah. No, use it as a tool to help you become a better musician. Let's say that you are struggling with a concept. You can help it break down the concept. Now, I will say this. I think AI, and specifically ChatGPT, is quite bad at music theory right now. It almost feels like they never trained it on music, period. But that's not to say that it doesn't have its uses and its places. I just used it recently with a student because I was trying to remember which compositional technique Franz Liszt used in Liebstrom. You just type that in, boom, boom, boom. There it is. A lot quicker than Googling it. And you can use ChatGPT as well to kind of do the spider search pathway that I personally really enjoy to find different music that you like, to find other composers, yada, yada, yada. Now, I want to put on my prediction hat here at the end of the video and throw some things out that I think are quite exciting that could be coming very, very soon. There are many things in music and music education that, let's be honest, are hampered by two things. One is copyright law, and the other is the limits of human time and how monetarily successful it is for engaging in those activities. So let's go to the first thing, copyright law. Here's the deal. Hal Leonard at this point owns basically all music. And the cool thing about this is if you want a piece of music, for the most part, you can Google it, you can go on Amazon, you can find a copy of it, you can go on Sheet Music's Plus, whatever, find a copy of it. But let's say you want some obscure jazz transcription. It is either going to be copyrighted, then you have to pay for it, which is a pain, or it's going to be completely buried because, again, of copyright law. Well, I honestly think that this AI stuff is going to break that copyright law stuff wide open in the next 5 years, and you might very well find yourself in a position where you can have access to a lot of things that you weren't able to have access before. It probably is going to be kind of like how streaming broke open music in terms of being accessible. For a while they fought it, and then they figured out a way to monetize it through the streaming services. And yes, I understand all the bad things in terms of compensation for musicians. I'm not going down that road. I don't want to get on a moral high ground. I just want to say it led to more access to more people for music, which I think in that sense is a good thing. The second part of this, though, is efforts and things that humans need to do to make them available that's time consuming, but in reality, it is just a mechanical skill. One of those is transcription. Imagine if you could get a document with every single note Herbie Hancock ever played. Every single lick that Stevie Wonder ever did at your fingertips. That is really just a large language model away from being done. In reality, most of the limitations we have right now are probably a combination of copyright and someone not trying it yet. Once both those things are cracked, literally music education is going to explode. And there is going to be no excuse for you not to become the most amazing musician you have ever thought of. This has been a video about technology and how it can help us get better at music. I'm Robert Monroe. If you enjoyed this type of thing, go ahead and like and subscribe. It super duper helps. And until next time, have a great day.